Ukraine Armed Forces report Russian troops are being told that war has to be over by the 9th of May.
Here's a summary of the article.
The armed forces of the Russian Federation are being told that the war with Ukraine has to be over by the 9th of May 2022. According to the General Staff. According to the available information, there is an ongoing propaganda campaign among the personnel of the armed forces of the Russian Federation which seeks to impose the idea that the war has to end by the 9th of May 2022. Details. The General Staff note that despite significant losses and demoralized personnel, the military and political authorities of the Russian Federation are still not rejecting the possibility of continuing to wage the war against Ukraine. Violating the rules of war, the occupying troops are destroying the infrastructure of peaceful cities and villages. It is reported that most medical establishments located on the Russian side of the border with Ukraine, near the border, are occupied by wounded soldiers of the Russian army. Russian troops are also attempting to restore the combat capabilities of its airborne troops.
This post received a score of 44,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Holy shit. This is exactly the kind of thing that happens in business. Project failing? Set a deadline.
Nothing spurs people in like a deadline.
The question is, what happens if you don't hit the deadline? No raises, bonuses this year? Is everyone fired and they can just go home? Will Putin cancel the victory party, and it's too bad, because it was going to have ice cream, pizza, and a clown who makes balloons?
Then it becomes a deadline.
Russian troops seem to be dead any way you slice it. Dead by Ukrainian weapons, dead by Putin finding a balcony for them, or dead by frostbite.
Frostbite? Nah, Putin will give them some tea to warm up. It's only a little polonium flavored.
Half of their strategy at this point seems to be, make vague ultimatums and hope for the best. That is the funny thing, they keep making threats that have nothing behind them. Nobody will be afraid of Russia for decades, and I think people are really downplaying the effects of the sanctions. They will have an impact for years, their currency will be severely devalued, and everyone will be moving away as quickly as they can from oil, which is about all they can make. If it wasn't for the nukes, then they would be a joke.
If it weren't for the nukes, they'd get steamrolled.
This is the big truth. Without nukes, NATO probably would have defended maybe new member Ukraine with full furche, and no nation capable to help would have backed Russia.
Without the nukes, Russia would probably never have even tried to take Crimea. That whole scenario was specifically for nukes.
For subs or what? I know controlling Sevastopol and the Black Sea Fleet was a priority, but it doesn't seem like there are no nuclear weapons there. They have nuclear-capable weapons, but a ton of Russia's weapons are nuclear-capable.
The advantage of a nuclear submarine is that it doesn't have to go near a port for months or potentially years. If you need food or to rotate personnel, a nighttime rendezvous with a small vessel is sufficient.
Okay. So why would they need them to come to port or even be in the Black Sea? The Black Sea in general is just about the worst place to have a ballistic missile sub if you don't want people to know about it, since it would have to come and go through the Turkish Straits. It also doesn't make sense strategically to have them in Russia's backyard. They should be hanging out in the ocean where they can hide and just as easily resupply.
Sounds a lot like my project manager.
If one woman can deliver a baby in 9 months, then surely 9 women can deliver a baby in 1 month.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.